25% for the filter. For the volume, let's see what we do at 54%. That can be a little disorientating, so I'm going to take that down to about 22%. So that sounds a little bit better so far, but I'm going to turn up the release to 64%, and that should do it. Now, if you want things to be a little less harsh, what we can do is just turn down the master volume to about -8.6, or turn down the master channel volume on the rack. So for in between the pulverizer and equalizer, I'm actually going to use what we used in the previous example is, well, previous synth. I'm going to choose an M-class equalizer. Not equalizer, I'm sorry, compressor. I'm going to turn the threshold amount to 12.2, the ratio to 14.81, take the attack all the way down, turn up the release to 379 milliseconds, and actually for the threshold, I'm going to take this down to -26.4. I'm going to take the side chain and I'm going to plug it in to my first Dr. Octo-Rex. Doop-a-doop-doop, 3 and 4. Okay, now if we have a listen. This should be hitting. Let me see what's wrong. Okay, so I learned some new. Anyways, so this isn't sidechaining all the tracks I wanted to sidechain. So thus I'm going to right click, go to instruments, create a redrum, hold down shift so that way it doesn't create any interconnectings. So I'm gonna click, hold option, and drag this down below everything of the third oscillator. I'm sorry, third combinator. So for the first drum rack, I'm actually gonna choose, let's choose number 7. Now go to my Kong patches, Kong sound drums. Choose this 4/4 type. It should work. Select every other third for the pattern and just hit run. I'm going to take out my number 7, plug it into my sidechain. I'm going to do the same thing for my last combinator. 4/4 tight, choose number 7, every other third. Oh, that's not third. And now it's time to play a few notes. Oh, and make sure that number 7 is routed to the sidechain compressor. And make sure it's running. I think I hit solo, yeah. Okay, so in order to make this kind of a bigger impact, and actually I'm going to save this patch to Ghost chord. I'm going to save it in my chords. Cool. So now we have created multiple patches, and I think I'll do a major. So here we go. let's fix a few of these notes, and then we'll call it a sample demo for all the rest of you guys. Now, that works, that links. I want this to be on time a little bit more. I'm actually going to do that. Gonna use that example because it sounds cool. Why wouldn't I use it if it didn't sound cool? Well, to me anyways. And I'm actually gonna duplicate this by holding down Option. And then I'm just gonna proportion it so that way when it hits, it's gonna go through dun 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 and so dun dun. So there we go. And now let's have a listen to whatever it is we created. So I think that sounds pretty cool. If you want to make a interesting intro, okay, so sorry about that. If you want to make an intro, you want to choose an effects patch, and you usually want to use white noise if you're messing around with EDM. I'm going to go to my Reason Factory sound bank. I'm going to go to let's see. I don't know. Other samples? Would that work? I'm going to use this attack signal. Now, I'm going to hit S to take it off snapping, because that's the worst pain in the ass piece of thing you can possibly do. It's good for some things. It's good for snapping grids when you're trying to make perfect notes. But it's also really bad when you start to import audio files. I'm not sure what it is about the audio file, but I always make them off sync or whatever. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my 7 and choose R for razor. And at 7, I'm just going to cut it off and attach a little, I'm going to reverse it and make sure it's a little bit crossfaded in there. Hit S again for the crossfading. Snapping just affects everything. Hit S again. Now if we have a listen. Now if that's a little too loud, what you can do is take this down to negative 15 decibels or somewhere around there. And for the insert program effects, you want to use a RV7000. Bring the dry wet to 22, and so for the decay, 21 is fine for the decay, somewhere around there. Choose the line 6 bass amp, compress it, and to tidy everything off, we want to use a echo. And take that down to 1/8 triplets, turn up the right to 1/16, and turn up the feedback to about 53. Boost the drive a little bit, and there you guys have it, a perfect effects chain to go along with your instruments. And I'll check, and for now, I guess I'll just play you guys out for Monday. One last thing, on Monday, I'm going to be doing more interesting tutorials. So for like in the middle of the week, I'll show you how to use, how to watermark your pictures in Photoshop on Wednesday. Or maybe Monday or Friday. I'm just going to try and switch up my tutorials because I think teaching you guys tutorials is, well, synth tutorials and things like that is another great way to learn, but I also think that by expanding your conscious and learning different tracks or different applications you're more into, I thought I would show you a ballpark of what I know about pretty much everything. So, and some things you might need to learn in the future. So anyways, I'll play you guys out and have a great day. So, let me save this real quick, and I'll call this as dark. No capital, no uppercase thing, heavy that, heavy this, heavy that. So, I'm sure by the time this comes out, it'll probably be Monday. But I'm also going to make a tutorial on Monday, so this is for Sunday. Thanks for joining me, and I'll check you guys out later.